right now.
Oh, trouble.
Oh, there we go. A bunch of cars.
Kurt Busch hard in the wall.
Mark Martin into 55.
Gets hit by Montoya. And gets...
Joey Logano was the first car sideways. And
watch the yellow car of Kenseth. He comes down just a little bit in front of Kurt Busch in the 78 and just comes really across the nose of the 78, and then they spin from there.
Edwards couldn't avoid getting into the back of Mark Martin. Kenseth goes for a ride, and look at Montoya just lift up the back of Mark's car as he goes by. Let's go for a ride with Mark Martin.
Really well.
Oh, Jimmy gonna take. Oh, Jimmy! Contact.
And around goes Menard into the wall.
Come on high, clear, all clear.
Big wreck. Well, I'm just wondering, did that suck the back into the car around on Menard, or did they make contact that turned him around?
When the 48 gets on your bumper like that, it probably had something to do with it.
So that's what happens. You get these chain reaction deals. You see that outside line. Everybody's coming. And, wow. Boy, McMurray, Mark, the 11. I believe the 83 may have gotten through there. Vickers without hitting anything.
Now, you know, the Bach.
All that skirmishing left a clear path for Jarrett on the outside.
Oh, trouble.
Rudd in the wall, hard. Schrader in the wall, hard. Jarrett the winner. Gordon second. And Rudd on his roof for the second time in the Bud shootout. Reminiscent of 1984 when his car tumbled in the air. Ricky Rudd, Bobby Labonte wrecked.
Went to the front.
Oh, we got trouble. David Reagan in the 6, Joey Logano in the 20.
And Robbie Gordon. Scott Speed, the 82, and Greg Biffle are in it.
Caution out.
Right underneath Jeff Gordon.
That actually starts, I think, a little further up here.
It does.
Robbie Gordon in the 7 gets into the back of David Reagan in the 6, and it's the accordion effect from there. And Joey Logano in the 20 just gets clipped as Scott Speed, the 82, comes off the banking.
Second wreck at Scott
at Jeff
Speed's
Gordon
been
in that
He was
24.
Scott was in a wreck last night here, very similar.
Watch the 24 of Gordon up high as this unfolds, snaking his way through it.
Boy, look at that.
Unbelievable.
Jeff did an incredible job. I mean, that was, but to dodge those cars and weave his way.
Second and just
Trouble, turn 2. One car around, sliding up hard in the wall. Ryan Newman and Michael Waltrip in the 83.
Stop.
right at the beginning. You've got the 31 car coming up on the 40, the 83. Somehow that 40 checks up.
Ooh, yeah. Michael got into the 83 there. Michael got into the back of Newman in the 31, but I'm not sure exactly what all took place there.
Yeah, I'd like to maybe go back a little further because the 40 of, Reed Sorensen.
Well, let's listen to. But is it significant that the COT platform is 4 inches wider than the car they ran here last year?
I think what I keep hearing is it's a vision problem.
Yes.
They can't see out of the back of these cars. They got that wicker sticking up on the back of the wing back there.
But let's look at this finish. Watch the 19 and the 11 and the 8.
I think Junior got in the back of Elliott.
And nowhere for Denny Hamlin to go.
And Elliott then went down the track into the 11, almost turned him over, and here comes his teammate Casey Kane and rams into the side of the 11 car. Laid into him right there and just gets him loose. Mark has nowhere to go. Everybody starts checking up a little bit, and hello.
Boy, Jeff Burton, the 31, and Tony Stewart, the 20, just makes it through, as well as Bobby Labonte in the 18.
48 car to the garage.
And that will mean that Jimmy Johnson will have to trot out a backup car and start at the back of the 500 with a lot of these drivers here. Whoa, Rusty. Another wild backstretch ride at Daytona for Rusty Wallace.
Running really tight, close together. Ooh, it looked like Boyer started to go the inside and then shot back to the right, and when he did, he clipped the back of the 44 of Sorensen.
hard to tell from that angle if perhaps Boyer got turned by the car behind him.
It's kind of hard to tell. These two guys were mad at each other leaving pit road.
And Clint Kyle Busch and Paul Menard on the racetrack. Kenseth got shuffled.
Oh, trouble. 55's around.
Oh, Reed Sorensen head on into the infield retaining wall, and that's Corey LaJoie slipping past. He may have gotten into the back of Reed Sorensen as they battled for position.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he just turned us just like I thought, but I guess he felt like he did what he had to do to make the race. So I hope he's proud of that part of it. Just hate it for my guys that worked so hard on this car at Premium Motorsports, but we do have another car. And
Greg Biffle has climbed back in his race car. He's going to go back out in the draft. Now, I spoke to his crew chief, Matt Pusha, and I said, what did you fix?
Whoa,
he said, well,
trouble on the back.
Trouble on the back once again. The 9 of Ambrose goes around, as does the 1. Jamie McMurray, our reigning champion. Brad Keselowski torn up. Regan Smith in the 51.
Both the
Kane's
Penske
involved.
24, we're done. Let's roll it here and see. You're going to see the 9, and here he goes, but right there, he gets pushed into by...
That's Carl Edwards.
Carl Edwards,
the
99
car. Yeah.
And because Marcus Ambrose was second in line, everyone behind him after that happens either checking up or trying to figure out the line through, and that caught up almost everyone.
That was can we run that one right there? I think that told us more of a tale right there, what we just saw in that replay.
I think what I saw was when the 9 started to pull down. Sure glad they put that safer barrier down along that inside wall.